Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of MuleSoft integration with Snowflake. In this session, we are going to solve the below use case. Okay, first try to understand the use case. Okay, so what is the use case which they have given? Okay, so read customer data from Snowflake database. That's fine. Then pass the dynamic input as customer key and customer address. Okay, we need to pass these values as a dynamic way. Then see again, there is one more requirement. Customer key as an URI parameter, address as from query parameter. Okay. Now, before going to solve this, just to go to Snowflake database and see how to write this query. Okay. Select star from customer where what is that? Customer key, right? Customer key and address. Okay. I know the customer key and I know the address. Okay. Based on this, we need to fetch the values. Okay, that's fine. My customer address is this one. What is the customer key? Customer key is this one. Okay, let me change it. See, in order to fetch customer data, based on our use case, customer key and customer address, we need to pass. Okay, this is how normally we will query from our database. The same thing we have to implement. Okay, the same thing we have to implement in our MuleSoft. Okay, limit as well. So now here we are hard coding. Okay, every time we need to change these values. Okay, every time we are going to change these values. But in our use case, we need to pass these values as a dynamic way. One is URI parameter and one is query parameter so that we can cover both the values. Okay, let's get started. Open Anypoint Studio and create any new project. Okay, so here I have created a project. So from there, I'm going to add Mule configuration file here. ViTech Snowflake dynamic input. Okay, I'll keep it like this. Okay, dynamic input. Now go to HTTP. Just drag the listener here. Here I need to, I'll give it as use case 3 hyphen slash. Now I'm going to give it as select. Okay, so as of now I'll give like this. Now just add the logger for our understanding purpose. Okay, use case 3 is invoked or triggered. Okay, so that we can easily understand which flow it is going to execute. Now you know how to add Snowflake module here. Okay, go to search and exchange and you can add the Snowflake module and you can take select connector here. Okay, so here just observe. So here we have two configurations. One is Snowflake config. Okay, either you can use this one. Anyway, we have already created for this one, for this project in the previous use cases. If you want, you can use this one. Or else what you can do, we have another use case. It's a series, right? Okay. we have Snowflake config, external config. Okay. So external configuration file we have. So if you want, you can select this one. So what it will do, it will read the values from properties file. So how to read the values from properties file and how to create the YAML file and all, what you can do, you can go to our YouTube channel and type ViTech Talks. Okay. Type ViTech Talks, go to playlist. So here you can able to see Mule with Snowflake integration series. Okay. So here I have explained everything. Okay. Just to go through it. If you want to know how to create a config file and how to read those values. Now, so what we need to do? What is our use case? Read customer data from Snowflake database and pass the dynamic input as customer key and customer address. Okay. Now we have created the query here. Just copy this query as of now. Just copy this one and keep it here. Okay. This is our first step. Next, go to favorite and drag the transform message. Just change it to JSON. So I want the input as in a payload format. I mean JSON format. Okay, just do that. See, if you run this query, what it will do, every time it will fetch the same values. But these values we need pass it via dynamic way. The user can pass these values. Okay, there are two ways. Okay, I'll show you both the ways how we can solve this one. Okay, first I'll go with this one. Okay, go to core, take two variables. Wait 1 minute. Take two variables. This is one variable and this is another variable. So one variable, what you can do, you can set the variable as customer key. Okay, customer key. See how we need to read this value. We need to read this value as a URI parameter. Okay, fine. How to read URI parameters? Just type attributes dot. Just select URI forms dot customer key. Okay, this is the value. You will get it from URI parameters. Next, we have query parameter customer address. Okay, just type this one. So how to get this value? By using query parameters attributes dot. Just type query forms dot. Okay, customer address. See, we have a customer key and customer address. These values we will get it. Now, what we need to do is, so we have here like, okay, see, input parameters, just like this one. Okay, type here customer key colon vars dot customer key. Okay, next customer address vars dot customer address. Observe carefully, this is very important. Okay, here we are setting the input values. First, we will read it via variables. From variables, we are setting here. Now, how to pass these values? Okay, it's very simple. So after equal to, give one colon here. Just type your key. Okay, customer key. Now equal to colon customer address. So it's very simple. Okay, this is how we have to configure. Now try to run this one. Try to run. Go to Thunder client. Prepare an endpoint for this. Use Case-3. Dynamic input. Okay. Now just observe carefully. So what is the port? Localhost 8081 is our port. Then use Case-3 select. So how to pass the values? We need to pass the value as customer key as URI parameter. Okay, URI parameter. So let me take this customer key. Okay, 1502 is my customer key. So how to pass URI parameter, right? Okay, URI parameter you can pass directly here. Okay, fine. Next. Customer address. Okay. Just go here and you can copy this address. Okay. Just type here. Just double check whether the application is deployed or not. Okay. So this is deployed successfully. Okay. Now just click on send. See why we are getting 404. Okay. So this is very important. The no listener for endpoint. Select this one. So here you are passing as a URI parameter. So make sure you have to configure this URI parameter here. Okay. So how to configure URI parameter? Give flower braces, customer key. So what it will do automatically whenever you are going to pass this value, customer key. So it is going to assign with this customer key. Okay. So now this value will come from query parameters. Okay. Query parameters. Now finally it is going to append here. Okay. Finally it will go to select statement. So here we are doing okay mapping. Okay, customer key, just take it from where's dot customer key, where's dot customer address. Then this customer key is going to map here and this customer address is going to map here. Okay. See, if you want, you can change these variables. Okay, these values you can change it. These values you can change. So instead of customer key, you can keep it as key and address. Okay. You can okay, I'll make a change. Okay. So now just observe. Okay, fine. Go to Thunder client. Use Case-3 select. Customer address. Okay. Let me remove this slash. Let's double check once what we have given. Use Case-3 select slash customer key. Customer key we are passing here. Okay. Let me double check. Okay, up to this one. Instead of going to pass this. No listener for endpoint. So I think we have to restart. Okay, let me do restart. Just save this. Okay, so we have to see the flow. See, whenever you make any change, sometimes you have to do restart, or else it has to restart automatically in the backend. Okay, that has to be happen. On 502 customer address. Still it is running. The background, just wait for a few seconds. See, there is another way. So what you can do, instead of going to take these parameters, right? Take these variables. Okay, take these variables. You can directly write it here. Okay, that also I'll explain. Okay, how to do that. That also I'll show you. Okay, 200. Okay, now we are getting only, so because we need to pass two values, right? Okay, let me check. Because we are using unconditional over there. See how beauty it is. Next, suppose the customer want to see this result. Okay, 15001. This is an URI parameter. You need to change it in the URI parameter. So one is query parameter. In the query parameter, you need to add this value. If we have any multiple values, then what it will do? It will give the multiple results. Okay, but here we have only one value in the database. Then it is giving the only one value. See, now the user want to fetch this address 505. Suppose, see, I'm not going to change anything. Okay, in the flow 505. 5, right? Okay, 5. So if I send this one, see, there is no address. It is matching. So I'll remove this address here and I'll paste this. See, we can able to see the output. This is how we can pass dynamically. Okay, dynamic way of passing the input. So now it's very simple. So I don't want to consider this variable. So in that case, what you can do is, okay, in that case, what you can do, see, whatever the operation we have done, right? So the same thing we need to perform here. Just type attributes dot, okay, from where you are taking URI parameters, okay, dot customer key. So in this case, what will happen? It will read this value, but we are not going to consider this value here. Okay, we are directly picking it from here. Okay, we are directly picking it from here. Okay, that's how we can do. So even if you remove this value, right? Okay, now you can remove this value also, it will work because we have configured attribute dot URI parameters dot customer key. Okay, let me modify and I will remove that. Next, attributes dot query parameters dot customer address. Just observe here. I'll remove this. I'll remove this also. See how it is taking these values. So one is from URI parameters. So this one, the URI parameter, this one. And another one is from query parameter. Okay, see, if you see it in a Thunder client, you can able to understand. Okay, this value, it will take it directly. Okay, let me do it this way. See now 505, right? Okay, this will come here first. Okay, it will set it here. Okay, next this address value, it will come and it will sit here. Now this customer key is going to match with this customer key. This customer address is going to match with this customer address. So this is how we can pass the values in a dynamic way. Okay, dynamic way. Let me test this one also. Okay, just click on send. Customer key and customer address. URI parameter and query parameter. Use case 3 is invoked. Okay, good. Customer key and customer address. Okay, there are some values. Okay, it is giving us. So in this case, what you can do, see, whatever we have written, so that is correct only. But what you need to do, if it is not working, you can go with the debug mode and you can try to resolve that. Okay, let's see here. 501, right? Just double check whether, see, sometimes what will happen. So if it is not going to restart, right? Okay, if it is not going to restart or something, the latest changes were not yet reflected. Okay, the previous changes only it is going to take. That means in the variables, right? Okay, see, now it is restarting. In the variables, see, now it is restarting without any manual intervention. So we have to wait for some time. Okay, I have to wait for some time. So the previous changes only it is taking, and that is the reason we are getting as the 200 okay, but empty results. Okay, let me figure out what is the issue. So it's invoking attributes dot URI parameters dot customer key. So is this correct? Customer address. Let me check. Let me check the variable. See what is the value we need to pass. So it's a case sensitive. Okay, this is very important. Now, see both the methods it will work. So in order to use these URI parameters and query parameters in multiple places, okay. So I would recommend you to use the variables here, okay. The first approach instead of going to directly mention here. So what you can do, you can use the variables, and based on that variables, you can pass wherever it is required. See, there is one use case like you want to fetch the data from multiple databases, okay, multiple tables, and you need to combine with the same username and same address. So in that case, better you can go with create variables and you can use those variables. Okay, let me trigger this one. See, so this way also we can able to get the results. Okay, undo apply changes to select. Okay, I don't want to. Reapply select. Okay, see, okay. So this is how we can do, guys. Okay, this is how we can pass the values via dynamically. Okay, dynamic way we can pass. We can pass number of keys. Okay, if you want to pass number of keys. See, there is one more method. It's like by using payload also we can pass those values. Okay, that we will see in another use case. Okay, yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching this. Happy learning.